Medical. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back, but not for long. I'm back, but not for the long. I'm back, but not for the long. Gong, gong, gong. Let me see. Wait. I am back. Did you miss me? But I won't be here too long. But I won't be here too long. But I will not be here too long. Okay. For real? April Oh, it's April Fool's today. Welcome, welcome in this thing. Uh, uh, uh. uh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Welcome, welcome. Haha. Y'all come on in here. I just got something to say real quick. Hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back and welcome up in this here thing. Let me see. Why is my let me see something. Oh, okay. Let me test my sound. Is it spinning? Okay. Okay, so it's working. Okay, well, let me let me see something else. Oh, okay, that's working too. Cool. That's good enough. Good enough. No. Oh, okay. It is able to resume. Wow, that's interesting. The stream got interrupted. It was able to resume. That's cool. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. So let me get right into it at this point. I came to say something about West Indy. West Indy is live again, talking about her rent based off the numbers that she put out the other day, which was like 10,700, et cetera, et cetera. Is the total amount due? She has to pay 75% of that. Excuse me, 7,000, I think 500 and some, et cetera, et cetera. In order to not be evicted. Hello, hello, welcome in. Please double tap the screen for a like, please. Free like, appreciate it. So that's how much she has to come up with in order to not get evicted. Based off the math of what was put out there, that West Indies rent is like 1,200 and some change. And based off the numbers that she put out there, I said that West Indy was about 8 months behind. West Indy just confirmed it. West Indy said that she she's been behind back to August. She owes rent all the way back to August. August? Are you kidding me? August to now? That's the majority of her pregnancy. You mean to tell me this girl sat up pregnant the whole time knowing that her baby gonna be coming in this world soon and just didn't pay her rent? Because somebody said you ought to change your GoFundMe because the information on there is old and people are going to think that it's old in the comment section. And she responded and said it's not old. That's like current information because that's when it started. It's the same situation. The rent is due back to August. So that would seem like, if I'm understanding that correctly, she's saying the last time she paid her rent was in July. July? That's crazy. July. It's almost July again. Like, what did she really think was gonna happen? July, July. Like, you've been owing since August? Wow. And based off those numbers, that means she didn't pay anything. And she do be hustling, but she crazy. And while she's sitting there begging, listen to this. Yesterday, while she's sitting there begging on live for people to help her with her rent, she received a delivery of food. She ordered some African food. It looked good though. She had some fufu and some igasi soup. It looked good. And the way she was eating it, I said, damn, I need to get me some African food. That shit look good as hell. But she ordered it. Do you know how much it costs to order food versus cook? Do you know how much it costs for the delivery fee and the percentages and all of that? You still miss spending money. When you are facing eviction and you need people to send you money to help with your eviction, you eat noodles and hot dogs and sausages. And what else is cheap? Drop it in the chat or drop it in the comments. What's cheap? Freaking free food from the free food place and food from the shelter and the food that comes with the benefits that you have. And it's not DoorDash or Uber Eats or whoever else. Irresponsible. Exactly, T-Lo. Hey, hey, welcome, welcome. Well, why do that photo shoot? Two photo shoots. Before the baby came and after. Two hairdos. For the first photo shoot and for the second one. At least three nail jobs since that photo shoot, and more than that if you caught counting back to August. She stayed going to get her nails done, buying stuff, showing her hauls and all the things. Yes, two photo shoots. She did the maternity photo shoot um before she had the baby, and then she turned around and did a photo shoot, a so-called family photo shoot after the baby was born, including her FB, truck boy, the kids, all three of the boys, her and her FB um in the photo shoot in matching clothes, looking crispy brand new with a hairdo from the salon and all the things that go along with a photo shoot. And the way she did the photo shoot, I'm not mad at that. That's how you're supposed to do a photo shoot. My problem is you can't afford it. That's for other people who can afford it, not for you. Not if you're going to come out here and beg people to pay your rent. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And I don't know if she going to get the money. I'm not going to say whether she will or not, cuz people never cease to amaze me. She's steady doing these shorts and these videos talking about mother of three. I just had a baby and I really need help paying my rent. I should go peek in on her GoFundMe, but I don't even know what it's called. And she's saying that information on there is accurate. So did she start a new GoFundMe? Because she been having a GoFundMe for the last at least 2 years, maybe even three. She been having a GoFundMe since she been out here on social media. But maybe she just keeps switching up the GoFundMe, or maybe she switches up the reason. I'm not sure. That part I don't know. But she been having a GoFundMe. She always got a reason for a GoFundMe. And it's usually about some life necessity, but she trick off the money. I need a car, I need a place to stay, I need a last time she was homeless, she had even a GoFundMe then talking about she needed a car, talking about her car wasn't running, talking about her and the kids was sleeping in the car. And then the car stopped running, so she needed a car that runs, and even if they don't have a place to stay, they could stay in the car and then she'll be able to get around. And I'm sure people sent her money, but she still doesn't have a car. But I just heard her say, back to August. I said, your rent is due back to August. And now they won't let her renew the lease. She told me I got to pay at least 75%. I don't know if they'll let her renew the lease because you never know. But at the end of the day, if you usually, when it comes to credit, because I'm going to look at the rent situation like credit, usually when you show people that you don't have credit worthiness, once they get their money, they chuck the deuces. So I can't see these people renewing her lease. They have grounds to not renew her lease. Because see, next time she might get to owing them $10,000 and then run away. Cause she talking about she want to move to Florida, maybe Miami. Um, she said, I don't know whether to believe what she's saying about him. It's weird, but she's hustling. You know what? I say the same thing when it comes to FB. To some extent. The thing about it is the reason that I believe um some of the stuff that she said is because some of it happened and got recorded. Her getting kicked, her showing up to his house and him not being there, the way she acted, it seemed like to his apartment, it seemed like she really did expect him to be there. She's begging and pleading and trying to manipulate her way in, and he won't let her in, and then she took a crap outside of his apartment door. And I missed that part where she took the crap. But other people, look, others got receipts, and then she turned around and admitted it that she crapped outside of his damn apartment door. I said, damn. Um, or him not really being there. Like the reason it's believable is because he has five. Now I know the answer is that her baby is his sixth child. He has five other kids, and he isn't really there for the other kids. But at least one mom has him on child support because she said it. So she knows about that. So he could, if he was there for that child, maybe that mom wouldn't have had to put him on child support. Um, there is that. And then the part where she says he borrowed money from her to uh give to his oldest daughter, and he didn't pay her back. I think I want to believe her because he really gives F boy vibes. That's why I believe her, because she is a liar and a hustler for sure. But he gives F boy vibes. Like honestly, she should have never. I know it's probably funny the way I say it, but for a woman to do what it takes, how hard it is on a woman's body, for a woman to birth a baby. That's why I, I heard somebody say something on reality TV one time, and it made me think about gifting children. And that's what I be saying. I be cracking myself up, but I think that she should have never gifted him a baby because everything about him screamed F boy. So I'm prone to believe the things that she says about him. Even the fact that she said that he was telling her to take down her live the night before, 2 nights ago, when she was begging, because he said that she's embarrassing and he's embarrassed. And I believe that too. And the reason that I believe it is because of him doing videos in like upscale bathrooms, but trying to make it seem like it's something else. You know what I mean? Or trying to show himself in a way that makes it look like he's doing good because he got the clothes or whatever, you would think that he's okay and he can afford it, when the truth is he works at Panera, or according to the YouTube streets. Or her saying that him and her got into it because she wanted to film him bathing the baby in the tub, and he was pissed because she thought that he had recorded him in the shirt with his job's logo on it, and then everybody would know where he works at. So they got into it over that. I believe her because I don't know if he works at Panera. That came from from YouTube. But I will say this, he don't work at a place that he's proud of, or he wouldn't have had a problem with her filming that. And also, since they've been saying that he works at Panera, he keeps trying to go against that narrative, trying to make it seem like he's so successful. He started talking about, and maybe he did it before. I don't really listen to him that much. And when I do click on him, I'm not there more than 5 minutes because he irritating. I only be clicking on him because I be being nosy, but I can't listen to him. He want to talk about wealth and earning money and success. And I do this for people and I give back, and I do. You giving back to what? The streets. And I give back to people. But why don't you give back to your children? He just seems like all cap. I don't believe anything he says. And I think that he is a deadbeat. So that as much as she lied, I do believe her when it comes to him being a deadbeat, because he's already been proven to be a deadbeat. If he wasn't a deadbeat, he wouldn't have 6 kids. And now I'm going to think it's 6 baby mamas. I heard somewhere, and I don't, now I'm wondering, I'm like, was it one of the content creators that said one of the baby mamas got 2 of the kids? I don't think so anymore, because Marissa said, West Indy Marissa said that it's all, every kid got a mama. So he got 6 kids and 6 baby mamas. That's a F boy if I ever heard one. And he gotta work day and night back to day in order to provide this lifestyle he wants to project that he has for himself and those children. He would never sleep. He would never sleep. But he want to talk about success and wealth. Yeah. Yeah, but he over there talking about, I got a car rental business, and then I got this other projects that I'm investing in, and he's try to talk a good game. And I got this, and I got other things coming down the line, and I'm doing good and I'm successful. He literally has said it out of his mouth, and I'm like, excuse me. And when I was about to say sir, because that's how I would normally talk, but he don't deserve that. Excuse me, Mr. Man. You know how you talk to a kid when they being fresh? That's how you gotta talk to people like him. Excuse me, Mr. Man. If you was doing all of that, you wouldn't be so quick to talk about it. People with real money don't boast about it. Cause guess what? They don't want nobody running up on them. You don't want nobody kicking in the door. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be more modest about it. Like, come on, man. You got such a successful business, but what about your children? But your baby mama said you borrowed $600 from her to give to your daughter in college, and now you refuse to give her your money back. I mean, her money back. Yeah, that sounds about right. She bought Valentine's presents for his kids, but she didn't show that he bought Valentine's presents for her kids. But she says she does for him and he doesn't do for her. That's kind of obvious. That's kind of obvious. She said he gaslights and he's a narcissist. Yeah, but you keep going back to him. You let him pump you up with a baby. You knew that. There's no way she didn't know that. I'm feeling like she had already called him that before she was ever pregnant. But you keep letting him lay down with you. She say he come to her house. She say he lay down. and he sleep and he don't do nothing. And then when he wake up, he refreshed and ready to go. Then don't let him come to the crib no more. If all he gonna do is go there and sleep, tell him to sleep at home. Like, what's the point? And she said that her oldest son do not like him. I don't know if she said about the baby. I didn't hear that. But she said that the oldest boy do not like him. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And he old enough to listen, hear, be aware, see more than that youngest kid. But the youngest kid probably don't like him either. He seemed like the type that would be mean to those children. And I ain't trying to put nothing on nobody. I didn't say it happened. I'm speculating. We all know certain types. He just looked like that type. He a F boy. And she said he talking to other females. It's some female he been talking to whole time she was pregnant. Well, not she didn't say the whole time. I said that. She said she seen the girl's name come up while she was pregnant, and she saw the girl's name come up after she gave birth. Now that's what she actually said. And I'm like, yeah, because he working on baby mama number 7. He a F boy. He gonna populate the metro Atlanta area if these women let him. He's a dusty. He a dusty. He is a dusty. And on top of it, listen, this man is out here making babies to where his grandchildren are older, to where he got two. He had, she mentioned 2 grandchildren. Now, I don't know if there's more, but she mentioned 2. And that's while she was pregnant. So that would mean what is that? How wait, let me think. How what is that relation? You're the grandfather, and so it's the girlfriend. I mean, she wasn't the girlfriend. She said they weren't together. Someone has his child, your grandfather's child. Oh, that's like an aunt uncle, right? Yes. Cause your grandfather's, yeah, cause that's your father's, cause it's the oldest boy, she mentioned 2 kids. So the grandfather's child, that their father's sibling, is younger than them. But that makes that, yes, their uncle. Wow. Oh, it happens though. And he's still looking to make babies, apparently. She said he was on a dating show. She said he's on a dating app right now. And he probably talking to these unsuspecting women, projecting fake um wealth and getting them, and he gonna mess around and be having baby number 7 on the way, all while setting her up to move on to whoever will have baby number 8 if they let him. That is, if they actually let him. So I don't know, but you know, to be 9 months behind on your rent is crazy. That's what that is, right? August, from August to now. That's crazy. September, October, November, December, something like that. That's a whole lot. $10,000. Like, she was just going to let it go if they didn't do anything. And so whatever she get is what she going to get. All that money she been spending. Like 7,500 could be 6,500 or 5,500. How much did the photographer cost? How much did the clothes cost? How much did the transportation cost? How much did the hairdo cost? How much did the nails cost? How much did the makeup cost? How much did the gifts cost for the baby shower? How much did the decorations cost? How much did the outfits cost? How much did the food cost? How much did the baby casting cost to order? How much did the trips to the mall cost? How much were the gifts totaling for all five of his existing children? You know what I'm saying? How much was the after pregnancy hairdo? How much was the how many at least thousand have I done already? I'm on my way to 2000, ain't it? I'm well on my way to 2000 at this point, and this is only in the last month. Now I'll go back to August with all the stuff that she's done. How much did the monster truck experience cost and buying things for the kids? How many times have she taken them kids to the store and showed that she bought stuff? How much was the Target haul that I watched only a few months ago? You know what I'm saying? How much? How much is this extra stuff? Even the wine. I'm not trying to be funny, but there's no benefits that she has that's going to afford her wine. How much is a bottle of wine? I don't know what kind she drinking. Let's just say 20 bucks. I don't know. Maybe I'm being generous. Every freaking penny should be going towards that rent. How much? The only clothes, maybe clothes and shoes for back to school, even Christmas. I really wanted my kids to have a Christmas. So she bought some multiple Christmas gifts, and then she says when the FB kicked her and her kids out on Christmas Eve, then she went and bought them more presents after Christmas cuz she felt bad that they had to go through that. You buy them more presents when you have your rent paid and you can afford it. How much did those presents cost? It would have had to been a sorry kids. This is one of those Christmases where we really don't have it. Maybe you can squeeze out a gift or two. Maybe they would have been slower to file the eviction had she made any attempts to pay anything to try to offset whatever she owed. Now they're at a point where they're like, nope, this is the number we'll accept. That's it, and that's all. And if she get kicked out, where's she gonna stay? She's like, I have no family support. Well, if you don't have family support, then who's gonna put an apartment in their name for you if you get evicted? You're gonna be screwed. All because she wanted to go and do all these frivolous things, knowing that she owed back rent, knowing that she did. It doesn't make sense to me. And could still ordering DoorDash. And she had it a couple of days ago, like before that. I was like, did she really? Is she really ordering DoorDash? Like whatever, whichever one it is. I was like, is she really? I said, I ain't gonna even say nothing this time. And then she turned around and did it again. I said, whoa. And when she opened the container, I said, she real life is ordering food out. She is irresponsible. And no one should, in their right mind, donate to her. No one should donate to her because she's just gonna continue to be irresponsible. Will she learn a lesson? I don't know. Sometimes you say like a person gotta have that hard experience before they learn the lesson. But I can't say that I believe that about her because she's already been homeless. And that's unfortunate because of her kids and because she got a brand new baby. You do not want a brand new baby in a homeless shelter, sleeping on the street or whatever it is. And she might get saved a little bit better because of the brand new baby. I don't know. And then the other thing is, and here's a point that I made the other day, but I still believe that it's a possibility there is really a possibility that she got some sort of assistance, but she's just out here begging, trying to get money because she's a scammer. Because I do believe she's a scammer. I believe she's greedy. I believe she's entitled. I believe she'll take everything that she can get. And maybe this is getting her money. So she is just running it up on this rent thing and trying to get as much money as she can, ride it till the wheels fall off. It wouldn't surprise me. And time will tell. Time will tell. Because if she did post a buy date, I haven't seen it. Like, I don't know what that is. But I don't wish that on her, especially with her kids. I would like to see her be more responsible, but she will not show us, I don't think. She will not show us the responsible side of herself, because if she does, then you think that she got her stuff herself together and she doesn't have a reason to beg. She's been begging on almost a daily basis for years. She always has some reason why she really needs somebody else's money, and it's not going to work, because even when she worked, she still always had a reason and was always begging, and she gonna keep doing it because it must be lucrative. I'm talking about from the first time I clicked on her, she was begging, and that's all she does is beg, 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 beg. It's ridiculous, but she has no shame, and she gonna play on people's sympathy if they let her. Oh, a mom of three who just had a baby, and anybody with any bit of sense would have been like, you just had a baby, where the baby's father at? Unlike what Dusty Bear Rilla said about the burden being on the mom, because that's some bull. The truth is, you should, if you're having a baby, you should anticipate both parents being the ones to help with the care of the child and so the support of the child. Hey, classy lady, welcome, welcome. Um, it should be on, like, it should be an expectation that both parents are gonna be there for the child, not one. And so if somebody has a brand new baby, there is no reason that they should be in a situation that she's in, because he needs to be there for her. I got a story. I got a quick little story too. I'm about to wrap up. I got a story time. This is so many years ago. I couldn't even tell you what year it was. It was such a long time ago. So this is what had happened. This is what had happened. It's kind of funny, right? To me. But so it was my cousin's birthday. She was having a party at this club. Now apparently this was a new club, and it was hot and it was popping. And I had heard the name of the club, but I ain't gonna even hold you. I didn't even know it was a club. I just knew everybody was talking about this place. And me, even then, like, I didn't ever ask, like, oh, what is that? Nobody told me it was a club. I thought it was a restaurant because of the way everybody was talking about it. So then my cousin sends out invitations to her birthday party. And she says, um, and she sends out invitation, and it's there. So I text her back, and I'm like, is this what did I ask her? I was like, I asked her, I'm like, is it like, what type of place is it? And then she told me, because I wanted to know how to dress or whatever. Because she said that's where we were going, but we was pre-gaming. So everybody meet at her house for pre-game. So we meeting up like super early. So I'm still not really knowing that it's a club or whatever. So I'm like texting whatever, try to figure out how to dress. Or maybe it was a call, because this is an old story. But however, whatever. So she ended up saying, so we go, we hang out, have a good time. Cool, 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 cool. So one of my cousins was coming in town from college, and he wanted me to pick him up from the airport. And then it's funny. It's actually more to the story because I be like, sometimes I be on some slow motion type stuff and I will change my mind. I have always been that way. I be like, yeah, I'm gonna be there. I be so amped. And then I get to doing something and I will not come. And I know that was what, because he was like, I want you to pick me up from the airport. And then you come ready and then we'll go over there because she's on the other side of town. And he was like, and then we'll go from there to the birthday shenanigans. Okay, cool. So pick him up, or whatever, and go over there, do the pregame and all that kind of stuff. It's funny because it's so much loaded in this story because I ain't gonna even hold you. Like I said, this was a long time ago. And he was like, yeah. I said, we all meeting up over there? And he was like, yeah. He said, we going to pregame. I said, pregame? I hadn't even heard the word pregame. I said, pregame. He put me up on what was pregame. I said, oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. So we pregame or whatever. And we go to the club. Now I drove and some of them got dropped off too because they wanted to drink, and so the older cousins kind of dropped off a couple of carloads of people. They came back and picked us up, whatever. So but I had drove. So um we're leaving, and I'm walking to I had parked in a parking garage, and so walked to my car with my cousin that rode with me, but he wasn't going back with me. He was going, basically the cousin had the birthday party. His mom lived down the street. So he was riding back with them. Lived down the street from her and her mom. Sisters living down the street. Oh no, I'm extending this story. Let me wrap it up. Okay, so this is what I'm getting at. So my cousin walks me to my car and then he starts to walk off. Now, this guy had approached me when I was in a club, try to spit his game or whatever. And I was like, no, thank you. He was a nice looking guy. He really was. But it was something about him. I just had something in my gut was like, no. So I said no. But for real, he was very attractive, but I just something in my gut said no, so I said no. So moved right on. He offered to buy me a drink. No, I don't want that either. Kept it pushing. But my cousin that I picked up from the airport, he was always extremely overprotective of us too. Cause even when I was talking to this dude in the club, here he come. You all right? Everything cool? He do not play about us. Okay, period. So this guy, so my cousin walks off, and then here come this guy. I don't even know where he came from, but he came from somewhere, and he approached me at my car, and he starts trying to spit his game again. And I'm like, "Nah," so I'm having more of a conversation with him, but I'm actually not interested, but at that point, I was having more of a conversation with him because, number 1, my cousin just walked off, so I'm getting in my car, so I feel like I'm, like, over there by myself because I think he thought I was safe because I was getting in the car. I said, "I'm cool, I'm cool, I'm cool." And for all I know, I might even had gotten the car because I don't know, he be super overprotective. But I remember when I was talking to this dude, I do remember being standing up. And so anyway, I'm like, "No," so I'm being a little extra nice because you just gotta manage people's personalities because you never know who got a mental health issue. You can't just be like, "I said no, go away." Of course, I wouldn't be rude like that, but you get my point. Because when people be bugging you, when you already told them like, "No, I'm straight," and then you gonna come to me at the car when I already turned you down, can you get a life, please? But no, but for real, so I'm like being extra nice. I'm like, no, I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm having a little conversation. I'm like, yeah, so yeah, how many kids do you have? Like I asked him if he had kids. He said yes. I said, how many kids do you have? I felt like this joker had about 6 kids. I'm like, damn. How old is you? You what? 20 what? 20 something years old. This joker had about 6 damn kids. I said, six? I said, how many baby mamas do you have? This joker had 6 baby mamas. I said, oh, hell no, to myself. I said, how old is your youngest child? Why this baby was like, I want to say a few months old. Like I it's been so long, I can't exactly tell you the age, but what I can tell you is the baby was brand new. Brand new. I said, "Oh, oh no. This is unreal." So while I'm sitting there still talking to him, my cousin then came back. So he's just standing there watching, and I'm still finishing this conversation with this guy. And then at some point, I was like, and then I said, how old? I say, no, I said, no, thank you. That's when my cousin made himself seen, and he was just like, you all right? Everything okay over here? I said, I'm good, cuz. Yeah, my cousin he just looked at him, and the dude looked at him and I told him, I said, no, thank you. I said, no, I said, no, no disrespect, but I can't do anything with that. I said, no, thank you. And then my cousin's like, all right. He said, you get in the car. I said, okay. I got in the car, got the window up and got got myself rolled off or whatever. Actually, what I take that back. I put cousin in the car and I drove him to the front of the club, the street where my other cousin, one of the older cousins, was sitting in the car um while everybody was loading up because she was one of the designated drivers that had came back, and she was like they was getting ready to roll over there. Once everybody got in the car, they was getting ready to roll over there where we were at, but we had closed that out and then we walked over. I mean, we drove over to where they were. But anyway, that's a long story, but my point was, it be jokers out there that are just like that. It be jokers out there that are exactly like that. They got babies on the way. They got fresh babies and they out here looking for their next what they call it? Victim. They out here looking for their next victim. And if you don't move smart, you will fall right into that trap. You'll fall right into that trap. And it's crazy. Like I'm gonna tell you what, I don't know. I got a couple of stories, but yeah, I said I could believe it. I could not believe it. I said that's crazy. I'm talking about that when we drove around to the other carload with the cousins or whatever, and they was like, what was that? What, he came to you at the car? Yes. They was like, you got to be careful. Yeah, that can't happen no more. We gonna load up at your car like you nah, cause people out here watching people. I'm like, I really thought it was cool. I didn't know where he came from. No, I really didn't. But thankfully, I was with my people or whatever, and everything. And also, cousin was watching, so he wasn't playing no type of games or anything like that. And anyway, he was much taller than the dude. The dude was like head all the way back looking up the cousin. So like don't even play no games. But yeah, that was crazy. A dude with a fresh baby on the prowl. I said unreal. Unreal. Cannot respect it. How can a woman even consider giving a man a chance, no matter how young or old, who got a baby on the way or a brand new baby? I don't care if you guys are not together. Like, you should, of course, you don't want to be with somebody that's with someone, but I don't care if you're not together. That's a bad sign. You just out here making babies and leaving people? Who that is making good decisions would choose someone that is in that situation? Who cares what your excuse is? Literally wouldn't care. Like there is no situation that I can see that makes it where that person is desirable. You know? Nothing. And so, listen, I would say guard yourself if you still out here looking. And if you aren't out here looking and you're, one of the older ones, doesn't mean you're not looking, but you pass that stage and you got young folks that you're talking to or young people around you, in your family, whatever, like make sure that they know and that they good because that dude, West Indies baby daddy. Oh wait. Oh no, my bad. I'm sorry. I saw something on TV. There should be no one entertaining him. No one entertaining him. Number one, even if she was his first baby mama, for the fact that he out here on the prowl with a baby on the way, or the fact that he has a brand new baby, if he admits it. But furthermore, for the fact that he got 6 kids and 6 baby mamas. He should be undesirable anyway. When you find out that he wasn't with, I don't know his situation with the rest of them, so we're going to talk about West Indy, that he wasn't with that 6th baby mama while she was pregnant. And all he did was play goofy games with her. Doesn't even that part doesn't even matter. It's the fact that he wasn't with her while she's been pregnant and he didn't help her and she's in financial strain, and the fact that he now she has given birth and he's nowhere to be seen. Every woman should run from him. He shouldn't even be able to get any women to even look his way, speak to him, nothing. Any woman in their right mind will be like, nope, not him. And then you got all those kids that you making and you doing stuff like working at Panera Bread. You got to do better. He said he got a rental car business, but is it making him money for real? He's in a subsidized apartment. Even though he says he isn't, he is. He was homeless. Those homeless programs helped him get an apartment. That's how he got an apartment. Before that, he was in a shelter. As soon as the programs helped him get an apartment, he immediately turned the narrative and start acting like he balling and that he didn't get the help, but he did. And it's funny because Marcus, the interviewer, at one point he had interviewed him and he was like, well, he said that the programs didn't help him, but he was working with those programs to get help. And then him and Marcus had words, and Marcus was like, he was working with those programs. The program helped him get the apartment. He said he didn't get it on his own. He said just because he live in whatever it is, y'all already know. Okay, I don't know if it's Buckhead or Bankhead, whichever one is the ritzy area. He said they have those type of apartments out there too. And he just went and got him an apartment out there, but it's still subsidized. And so he out here looking for another woman and he can't even fully pay his own way while not helping the women that have gifted him children. He dusty. And I done went all off into him, but he goes full in that, bringing that back around as I actually wrap it up. Maritza claims to be that many months behind on her rent. And she claims that there's nothing that he has done to help her with that situation. And I think that's pretty dusty of him. Dusty. He could have at least helped her with at least a few months of rent since he want to act like he's so successful. If it's believable, if he wants people to believe him, then why can't he pull out that money and help her out? But obviously, to me, he's capping about his life, his situation, and then Maritza. She might be capping about the amount of money she owe. She's just trying to get help. And she also said that none of the programs will help her, which I don't believe either. I don't believe that either. So she probably doesn't know what she says she owes. She's just trying to get as much money as she can. I don't know. But I know time will tell what's going to happen with her, whether she actually remains in that same apartment with that same background. That'll be where the truth actually shows itself. Otherwise, if she ends up outside or in a shelter or somewhere else, then we'll see what really happened. And if she does get the help that she needs with each passing month, I'm going to say she's going to continue to milk it and make the number bigger and bigger to try to get more and more money out of people. But at some point in time, the well runs dry because people don't like being, when they're trying to help you out the kindness of their heart, I don't think they want to be deceived or manipulated just to get their money up out of you. And she sat there and she said she didn't work while she was with child. That's what she said. And I say that's a you problem because what stopped you from working? If you've been behind since August, you couldn't work as when you immediately got pregnant. She could have. She just didn't choose to. So I'm gonna watch and see what happens because I'm really curious to see how this actually turns out. I'm curious. But and she gonna be on her online everyday begging spree. And while she's still doing stuff like ordering food out, because that's the other thing that makes me question the validity of what she's saying about her rent. If she really owed that much money and she was really concerned about being kicked out of her apartment, why would she do photo shoots and buy clothes and keep ordering food out and all the things that I've already listed? Why? So it doesn't make sense. She doesn't seem like she's really concerned about it. Oh, and one more thing to add in, this might be a petty thing, but she did a live, I mean live, not live, a short earlier, and she had like a swimsuit dress on. It was like it could possibly look like a dress, but it was a swim dress. So I don't know if they got a swimming pool where she lived and maybe that's where she was at or what. I don't know. But I thought it was funny because she like wearing swim stuff as like regular clothes. I'm like, there she go again. She got a swim dress and she probably thought it looked like a dress. It was funny to me. She can dress however she wants to. I don't care. I just wish she stopped begging. Focus on taking care of those children and put all three of those men on child support so she can concentrate on some other things instead of being out here looking like a dusty begging bum. Because when you out here begging for other people's money, it just make you look more bummy. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap up. If you're listening and you did not double tap the screen, please double tap the screen for a like. If you catch this on a replay, please give me a thumbs up, please. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. Talk about things that are happening in the LA sector, the goings on in the street sector, and any hot and trending topics that pop up. Plus, I also got shorts, some comedic shorts or whatever. I know I need to, I got a few of them ready to go that I need to publish or whatever. So, but thankfully I got a few days off. So if you want to coming up, so if you want to laugh, also subscribe so you don't miss any of that. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get up out of here. And y'all already know I'm gonna catch y'all on the rebound and I am gonna say peace.